It is the 2017 Northwest Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship. It is the Elite 8 round, and the last two tickets set to be punched to go into the Final Four next weekend. Umpqua and Spokane, they're all ready to go next Saturday. Who will they face in game number 1 here this evening? The 4 o'clock start, the 6 o'clock start, Walla Walla Warriors and the Lower Columbia Red Devils about to begin. And the nightcap tonight will be the Skagit Valley Cardinals and the Columbia Basin Hawks. We welcome you to the Walt Price Student Fitness Center on the campus of Everett Community College. Tom Lafferty along with Randy Edens, Lake Stevens girls head coach, joining us on the broadcast tonight. And Coach, talk about intensity, pressure. You've been in it as a coach going into a tournament action. When do you start cranking up the pressure, or is it self-inflicted on the players?
You know, they're going to be anxious enough as it is anyways. You have to give that appearance as a coach that, hey, you're just coming in here doing the same thing we've been doing all year. But internally as a coach, you got those butterflies going as well. So, you know, once the ball goes up, it's just a matter of kind of getting comfortable, and whoever scores those first couple of baskets will settle down and get going. Now,
you said you kind of got the willies as you walked through the door here. You don't have very good history here this year. In this building.
This year, geez, the last 3 years, we've lost a winner to state loser out game by a total of 8 points. 3 trips to a regional, and it's been 8 points, single digits. So we've been fortunate to be in a few district title games for sure. We just haven't been able to get over the hump. So hopefully next year.
And the thing we've been talking about throughout the tournament as we introduce the starting lineup. Oh, you got your Lake Stevens cheerleaders out there ready to go. So they're cheering you on. So. Ready for the introduction of the lineup. We'll go right to that now. Walla Walla Warriors coming into the game at 22-4. Sierra Jo McCowan, a 5'9" freshman from Touchy, Washington. JC Jensen from Firth, Idaho, a 5'5" sophomore. Jade Skidmore from West Jefferson High School in Tarryton, Idaho, is a 5'7" freshman. Emily Hancock, 6'1" sophomore from Highland High School in Pocatello, Idaho. And then Katie Ferenz from Walla Walla High School right there in Walla Walla, a 5'10" sophomore. So Sierra Jo McCowan, JC Jensen, Jade Skidmore, along with Emily Hancock and Kate Ferenz, the starters for the Walla Walla Warriors. Bobby Hazeltine is the head coach of the Warriors. For the Lower Columbia Red Devils, Chad Meadors is their head coach, and they will send this starting lineup onto the floor. Madison Hinrichs from Port Angeles High School, a 5'6" sophomore. Caitlin Lewis from Seaside High School, Seaside, Oregon, a 5'6" sophomore. Bailey Hockett from Toutle Lake High School in Toutle, Washington, a 5'9" sophomore. Madison Lord from Skyview High School in Vancouver, a 6'1" freshman. And Carissa Cannon from Kodiak, Alaska, a 5'5" sophomore. So Madison Hinrichs, Caitlin Lewis, Bailey Hockett, Madison Lord, and Carissa Cannon, the starting lineup for the Lower Columbia Red Devils. So the Walla Walla Warriors, the Lower Columbia Red Devils, the referee is Pat Zink. Lee Mullen is their umpire. Maggie Sperlin is an umpire. And we are set for basketball action here at Everett Community College. This is game number 11, game 12 to follow, and here we go, and controlled by the Walla Walla Warriors. They are the visiting team. They're in the black uniforms, so they're moving to our right here in the first quarter. Remember, women's college basketball as of last year, quarter, and we reset the team fouls at 5 each. So here we go. Jade Skidmore, top of the key. Down to 10 to shoot, and it's going to be a steal. Stolen away, grabbed by Lower Columbia, and here come the Red Devils, their first possession after the first turnover, and Cannon brings it across the timeline to work the perimeter left side. Bailey Hockett. And now they'll go down low, back to the basket, turn, face, and a short arm. It may have been partially blocked there. Madison Lord with the miss, and Walla Walla brings it up. Baseline. Oh, nice step through move there, and up with the right hand and in. That is Sierra Jo McCowan with the bucket. Nice step through move.
Yeah, I thought you traveled on that.
I was trying to give a compliment.
I know, I hear you. I think the officials kind of looking at one another, wink at one another. I think they may have let one go.
Speaking of let it go, it's going to be the tied up for the first time, and Lord will score on the other end for Lower Columbia, and we're in a 2-2 tie. Walla Walla with the initial lead in the ball game, and now tied at 2. Warriors on the attack, and we're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a foul down on the near side here, and that's going to be against Caitlin Lewis. Caitlin Lewis out of Seaside High School, the sophomore, her first personal foul, first team foul, out of bounds baseline, Walla Walla. Looking, on the inbounds, it goes, and in to Emily Hancock for a nice, easy jumper off the inbounds play.
Basic thing so far for Walla Walla, a lot of flex offense initially and screen-to-screener stuff there baseline out of bounds, so just trying to test the waters, it looks like.
Caitlin Lewis, hands off, sets a screen as well. Now over to the left-hand side. Cannon, Carissa Cannon, starts the dribble going in against this Walla Walla defense. Kick it back out further and dribbling in, step through move, going in, too hard, no good. Bailey Hockett with the miss. And the rebound control by Walla Walla, nearly stolen away, but Walla Walla keeps it. Skidmore signals the play with her left hand. Working around, right side. McCowan down to 12 to shoot. Dribble into trouble, really. Kick it back out. Back out for that was actually a 2 from about 16 feet away by Katie Ferranz. Missed it. And the rebound control by Lower Columbia. Walla Walla with a 4-2 lead. They work at left side. Henricks. Not really coming out to challenge her defensively, so says, here you go, watch this. And she launches one that will not go. So Henricks with a miss on the 3. And how often do you see that if the team drops back in the zone, do you say, okay, let's launch one up and see what happens?
Well, early in the game, why not? You can test the water, see if you got it going. And you can't be afraid in these kind of moments because you never know. Sometimes you get kids to rise up in these situations to have big games, and hopefully this is one of those.
Caitlin Lewis picks up the foul, her second personal foul, second team foul. So Walla Walla with the basketball, shot on the way. That's going to be a miss from the left side and controlled by Lower Columbia. Red Devils basketball down by 2 points. In the front court, Hockett on the dribble. Swing it over, driving down, then back out for a left side 3 ball that would not go. It was a miss there by Carissa Cannon, and the ball went out of bounds. And last touch by Walla Walla, so reset here for Lower Columbia. A fresh 30 on the shot clock. Long inbounds. And Madison Henricks. She looked at another 3, didn't take it, goes baseline, and they're going to call a block. Call the block at the baseline. It's going to be Kate Ferenz who will pick up the blocking foul. That'll be her first personal foul and the first team foul. So baseline out of bounds for the Red Devils. Way outside. Now back inside for a turnaround jumper. Up and good. Carissa Cannon, and we were tied at 2. We're tied at 4. Now, boy, it looked like the 3 was going up. Instead, almost a turnover, but it's going to picked up, back up and in. Kate Ferenz found the basketball and just went straight up with it, and it gives Walla Walla again the 2-point lead, 6-4. Baseline. We're going to call a foul or just a. We're going to say it was just knocked out of bounds. But sometimes you'll see an over-the-back call there, but they did not do it.
Well, if there wasn't an over-the-back, I swear that got blocked by the defense there. Should have been Lower Columbia's ball, I think.
So it'll be Walla Walla's ball, though, leading it by a 6-4 count. That's J.C. Jensen. Now bounce it down low, almost stolen back. Jensen gets it back. And then over the shoulder of Ferenz. Down to 10 to shoot. They swing it around for McCowan. And we're going to have a foul called. And they're going to whistle this one, offensive foul. And it's going to be on J.C. Jensen, her first personal foul, second team foul.
I like Lower Columbia's defense. They're really bringing the aggressive nature. It looked like last night they turned Everett over 30 times. And sometimes that kind of gets you going offensively because, you know, defense can't take a night off. They've done a nice job so far here in the first quarter.
Lower Columbia basketball down by a point. On top, Hockett dribbles around the top of the key, then gives it back out. They'll swing it up top side to Kahia Lele Roy, and that shot won't go. Offside rebound is going to be grabbed down. Right there was Hockett to grab the board, reset the shot clock with about 5:20 to play in the first quarter. Dribble drive right side for Roy. Now down low, it's Tijuana Abbott out of Hawaii as well, and they're going to call a travel. I didn't see her signal travel. It was quick. So the travel there, kind of a scowl from Tijuana Abbott. I don't think she thought she traveled. I believed her. So Walla Walla, a little full court pressure. Skidmore in the front court, down low, some early offense, and there it is, laying up and good for Kate Ferenz. Well, if you're going to pressure you defensively, just beat them down the floor.
Yeah, they had too many girls up at half court and nobody by the basket to protect it, and that was an easy score for Walla Walla.
And Walla Walla with their biggest lead, up by 4 points in the ball game. Here's an inside shot that will not go. It was a miss by Lower Columbia. Walla Walla basketball. Skidmore goes in the whole length, puts it up too high off the window, but it's going to be grabbed right back down by Kate Ferenz. Now a battle for it on the floor, and we're going to have our first timeout of the basketball game. Walla Walla 8, Lower Columbia 4, 4:27 to play in the first quarter. Back to Everett Community College right here at STSPN.com.
Every guardsman knows the call. It has many meanings, but when it's spoken, the message is clear. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Visit National Guard.
Guys never use a lot of those because they're going to get those media timeouts.
We're just talking about the media timeouts here, as they're under 5 in each of the quarters, but sometimes that they will use one of the first timeouts called as a media timeout. So these are things, Coach, you have to know as a coach. That's what assistants are for, right?
Yeah, no question about it. It's one of those things where you like to have a couple, at least one stashed late just in case, but especially a couple the last minute or two, just because so many big time things are coming up late in the game.
Dribble drive in, back out to the left side to Faye Chartra will shoot. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. Just about everybody touched it, but it's going to be grabbed there by Jade Skidmore. She brings it out of back court. They'll look right side to Courtney Hutchison out of Burley, Idaho. Back to Skidmore again. At the left elbow. Goes up with a shot, no good. Putback is up. That won't go as well. A miss by Cheyenne James. And the rebound is going to be controlled by Lower Columbia. Wasn't she in front court and then went back to back court?
I think she was okay. You got to have all 3 points across the center line, and it was close.
Well, it was really close. Way outside, long, top of the three jumper. Chartrop not afraid to shoot. We can tell that. She's played about 34 seconds. Here's a lay-it up and good. The defense didn't get back again, and Sierra Jo McCowan took advantage and lays it up and in. It opens up a 6-point lead for Walla Walla.
Nice Euro step right there. Good finish. I know the Lower Columbia wanted to travel, but that was a good move.
Over to the right wing. Keahi Lele Roy. Now back to the top of the key. Shanae Dotson goes in, laying up and good. She went around the defenders as well, said see you later, and laid it up and in, and pulls Lower Columbia back to within 4. Now dribble drive for McCowan. Ball was swatted away, so back out to Skidmore again. Out for a 3 ball, and it won't go. Outside shot by Ferenz is a miss, and the rebound controlled by Walla Walla. Controlled by Lower Columbia. Red Devils on the attack. Roy kind of holds the ball on her hip for a second. And they'll just start the offense here with 15 to shoot. Give it off to Hockett. Pocket now to Chartraw. Chartraw goes in, goes around the defense. Her scoop lay-in won't go. Rebound Cheyenne James for Walla Walla. Now the Warriors on the attack. They come into front court. Skidmore calls the play, the fist play with the left hand. Looking, she kind of directs traffic. Still on the dribble. To Cheyenne James. Now to McCowan. Nice pass, rifle pass from the top of the key and can't complete it.
Ouch. Free throws and lay-ins, got to have those to run a little ball screen continuity that gets those kind of looks, and you get them. You got to make sure you convert, especially tournament time.
Couldn't do it, and Walla Walla, though, will retain possession in their front court. You said something about the step-through move. What'd you call that step? Euro step?
Yeah, a little Euro step. Yeah, it was a nice finish there. It was a little opposite foot for her strong hand, and made it go down for her.
3 ball won't go. Right corner, McCowan kept alive by Walla Walla. They'll reset the offense again with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Skidmore, her pull-up jumper, rattles off, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch this time by Walla Walla. No, they're going to say it's off of White, and it will be still Walla Walla's basketball in their front court. Warriors, the visiting team in the black uniforms, trimmed in gold and white. Turnaround jumper from about 6 won't go for McCowan. And with about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter, Lower Columbia down by 4. They have the ball. Kahilele Roy between the circles. Goes left to Boyce. Fadeaway jumper that won't go. Walla Walla grabs another rebound. They'll bring it out of backcourt. Skidmore. Long up court pass they go. They're looking down low. Ball knocked out of bounds. Not knocked out of bounds. Lay-in, no. Rebound or free throws coming up here. Cheyenne James will go to the free throw line. She couldn't make the lay-in because a defender was streaking by and disrupted everything.
Walla Walla sure has had a couple of nice, easy opportunities there. They just haven't converted. We'd like to have that and one right there on that kind of opportunity.
Madison Lord, first personal, third team. First free throw is good. And another one here for Cheyenne James.
Sure would like to see Lower Columbia try to take a little bit more to the basket. They seem to be settling for a lot of 15 to 18 footers, and I think that's been a little problematic here in the first quarter for them.
Not good on the second. The lead is 5. Now under 1 minute to play in the first quarter. That's Roy. Out between the circles to Lord. They'll work the perimeter here. 13 to shoot now. Back to Roy. Down to 7 to shoot. Looking for a screen. She goes baseline. Puts it up too hard off the window. She's going to try to get her own rebound. She's going to tie up, though, with Cheyenne James. And on the alternating possession, the arrow favors Walla Walla. They'll have 36 seconds to work with, so lots of time. So Walla Walla will throw it in. Leading by 5. Skidmore out of West Jefferson High School in Tarryton, Idaho. Brings it out of backcourt. Skidmore kind of held up for a second, then the ball's kicked. It went out of bounds. It was kicked by Lower Columbia, so Walla retains possession with 18 on the shot clock. And sub coming in for Lower Columbia, Madison Cruz from Centralia High School. Looking on the inbounds is McCowan. Inbounds it, then gets it back and launches a 3. Thought it was going to go down. She thought it was going to go down, and it didn't. Hendricks brings it up. Shot clock is dead. They can play for 1. Can Walla Walla because they get the steal. Cheyenne James gets the basketball. Give it to Skidmore. Down to 5, down to 4 seconds to go. Skidmore on the dribble. Not sure how much time is left. She launches it, it won't go, and we've reached the end of the first quarter of action of the NWAC Women's Basketball Tournament. After 1, it's Walla Walla 11 and Lower Columbia 6. You're watching the NWAC Women's Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What is a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STC.
Frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back. Tom Lafferty along with Randy Edens, head coach of Lake Stevens girls basketball, here on color for these last two games of the weekend. And, Coach, you talked about deep bench, not deep bench, kind of differing between these two teams.
Yeah, for sure. Lower Columbia, they go 10 or 11 deep. Looking at their roster yesterday, and it seemed like Everett had a tough time with turning the ball over, probably because of those fresh bodies, because they like to extend that pressure. Walla Walla on the other end, really just 7 players and maybe an 8.
So here we go, Red Devils basketball, down by 5. That's Madison Hinrichs, gives it off as they swing it over to an open 3, and down it goes for Faye Chartraw. Well, she shot the first couple that didn't go. This one does, and makes it a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, she obviously feels comfortable out there now to see that go through the hoop. Hopefully it opens it up for her some more.
Chartraw from Nia Bay, Washington. Dribble drive right side. McCowan, ball goes out of bounds. Here comes Lower Columbia. They have a chance to take the lead with a 3 ball. At least a 2 would tie it. So talking about deep bench, you've done both, I'm guessing. You've had a deep bench, and then you've had sometimes where, like, I like watching. You get coaches to get up, they go up and down the bench, they sit back down.
Yeah, playoff-wise, you tend to do that when you're like, gosh, I don't know how deep I can go here. But yeah, it's nice to have 9 or 10 players that can give you something different. And certainly, in Lower Columbia's case, they get a lot of contributions from a lot of different kids. Keeps them invested.
Foul is going to be called here. It'll be a Walla Walla foul called on Kate Ferenz. That's her second personal foul, first team foul. How much of it is a pre-planned, how many people were playing, and how much of it is a, here's my gut says when I walked in the building?
You know, those ideal plans tend to go out the door pretty quickly. But, you know, the more kids you can play, the greater their investment. And certainly in the playoffs, those rotations can tend to get a little bit shorter, especially based on the opponent.
Madison Hinrichs between the circles for Lower Columbia. Chance to take the lead here, down by 2. They work it around, nicely done. Down to Chartraw at the low block, puts it up. It's going to be, may have been partially blocked. She missed anyway, and Skidmore brings it out of back court. Jade Skidmore, good ball handler. To the top of the key, to Reddish. Now Courtney Hutchison, so some new players out there for Walla Walla. McCowan stops and pops and puts it up from about 8-9 feet. It would not go, and the rebound grabbed down by Samantha Boyce. And here come the Red Devils. Stop, and about a 14-footer right side won't go for Madison Cruz. And back the other way we go. Walla Walla with the basketball. Hutchison stops there. Pretty tough defense here by the Red Devils. In fact, tough enough to draw a foul. And I think we're going to have Keahi Lele Roy, her first personal foul, first team foul out of Hawaii. And the first team foul of this second quarter. So throwing it in from the near side, in front court is Jade Skidmore. For the Warriors, leading by 2. That's Hutchison on the dribble. Here's a steal. Grabbed by Hinrichs. One-on-one. Laying up. It is good. And we're tied at 11. Quick hands there. She knocked the ball away. And got to the bucket. Now here's Skidmore trying to answer on the other end. Puts up an air ball. She is 0 for 5 from the field. But she does so many things ball handling wise that you'll take an 0 for 5, right?
Yeah, I think the struggle for Walla Walla right now is they're taking a lot of tough medium-range shots. And you'd like to see them either get all the way to the basket or go with a shot that's in that comfort zone. And that's why Lower Columbia's gone on a little run here.
Here's a little scoop lay-in that will not go for Madison Lord. But just the last few years, that comfort zone has changed, hasn't it?
Oh, no question about it. It's something that you got to get comfortable with, trust your stuff, and again, go after what you're trying to do, especially in that ball screen continuity for Walla Walla. You're trying to get to the rim. Those tough medium-range shots, girls don't practice those a lot. They like that three-point line or something at the basket.
A miss there underneath for the Red Devils, Madison Lord. And Lower Columbia will keep the basketball in their front court with 20 to shoot. 15-foot foul line jumper that goes about 14 feet. That's going to be a miss by Samantha Boyce, and Walla Walla will bring it out of backcourt. Skidmore met there. Last time she had her pocket picked by Madison Hinrichs. So she kind of avoids her, and here's a shot, 3-ball, right side, no good, J.C. Jensen. And it will be right back over to Columbia River. It's going to be a foul whistled here on Emily Hancock. Her first personal foul, second team foul.
A fantastic box out. That's why the Lower Columbia bench was excited about that. Good fundamentals right there on the glass.
Hinrichs brings it up. Goes to that right side. Now on top to Cannon. Give it off to Roy. Roy fought better, but kicked it back out. Cannon with it. 10 to shoot. As they work it right side to Hinrichs. Does she know how much time's left? 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Here's a long outside shot that will not go. Missed by Hinrichs. And the ball went out of bounds. And last touch by Walla Walla. So Red Devils keep possession. We're tied at 11. 6:38 to play in the first half. And it'll be inbounds here for Lower Columbia. Looking out top to Madison Lord. Now right side, Roy releases, won't go. Rebound, surrounded there by Walla Walla players. Emily Hancock with the board. Out of backcourt they come. Now McCowan running the point on this play. Right side, Reddish. Dribbles in a little closer, then kicks it back out for J.C. Jensen. And it traveled the basketball. And those are plays that even 5 years ago you didn't see. There's so many more inside-out plays, right? Get it down low and then kick it back out for a three.
Yeah, both groups have tried to run a little dribble drive motion where they've got one post player kind of featured in the center and then just trying to get themselves to the basket. Pitch and kick stuff kind of become the trend. And they're struggling a little bit, certainly from the perimeter, but also making sure they put the ball on the floor first.
Trying for a penetration pass, but it's going to be picked off very alertly there by Madison Lord. And they're going to stop things as they reset the 30-second clock and should not have. They're going to – I thought I saw 27, then it went to 22. So they're going to talk about the continue to tell you on our prep basketball or prep sports show on Fox Sports 1380, we were talking with Nayland Sood, head coach at Mount Lake Terrace. And I said, Coach, things have changed so much. No longer you need that 6'9" kid. Everybody can shoot a three. Everybody's outside. He says, I'll take the 6'9" kid.
There's no question about that.
Right? You want that 6'2" girl to move into the district.
Yeah, no question about it. Early in my career, we had, we could roll out 5'11", 6 feet across 4 positions. And then we went through a 5'9" phase. And now we're kind of back to that 6'1" to 6'3" phase. You usually take the taller kids anytime you can get them.
Yeah, it's really changed. I'll take the 6'9" kid.
Yeah, for sure.
So still stuck at 11-11. Here's a runner that goes in and laid it up and in for Madison Hinrichs. Out of Port Angeles High School, Madison Hinrichs gives Lower Columbia their first lead of the ball game at 13-11. Now Walla Walla will try to equalize it again. Boy, overplay on the defense by Hinrichs. Came out and just clubbed her one. No call as they're going to go a little closer. McCowan spins, fires, no. Lord grabs the rebound over the top of everybody. That's what some coach always said. At the end of the game, he's still 6'9". Here's a long outside shot. First one won't go. The second one won't go. Now they're going to battle for it on the floor. And we're going to have a timeout or a held ball. I think we're going to have a held ball. So the possession arrow will favor Walla Walla. 5:07 to play in the first half. 13-11 Lower Columbia. Now everybody's going to gather in backcourt here off this inbounds. And McCowan will bring it up. Right side Reddish. Back to McCowan now. 14 to shoot. Way deep in the corner is Skidmore. Now here's an open three. Ball won't go. First one, follow up. Don't you love kids that follow their own shot? Courtney Hutchison.
Oh, it's fantastic. She's the smallest one on the floor, but she knew she was going to miss it first. Got herself in there and got a nice putback for a score.
Well, that's the trick. You're the first one that knows it's not going in, right?
Exactly right. Follow it up. Get yourself a rebound and a bucket.
Here's a pass inside. Going in is Madison Lord, the 6'1 freshman out of Skyview High School in Vancouver.
She's a nice player. Skyview's been known for some notoriously tall kids that can score inside, and fundamentally she's really solid.
In fact, doing color with us a couple of games this year was Ashley Smith, who played at St. Mary's out of Skyview.
Yeah, I know Ashley well, unfortunately, too well.
She does stuff like that, lay it up behind your defense.
Too many times, unfortunately, but nice player.
So Cheyenne James with that last basket. It's 15-15 our score, our fourth tie of this ball game. Now along the baseline they go. Two people saved it out from going out of bounds, but Hutchison gets it. She goes in, lays it up, and it's good. 5 turnovers each. Our second lead change. Walla Walla back in. Well, nobody's in control of this one. It's 17-15. Out between the circles is Madison Cruz. Inside to Lord, back out, open three on the way, settles and drops in. Madison Cruz, she just stood there and got the ball back and says, here you go, watch this, and down it goes. It's back to a Lower Columbia lead.
That inside-out work is something that helps open up those three-point shots and become a little bit easier because they got to help down on Lord on the inside.
Battle of the right-hand side. Reddish goes down, puts up a shot. That won't go. We've gone a long time without a whistle. We're still awaiting the under 5 media timeout. And now we're going to have a timeout called. It will be called here by Lower Columbia. And I think this will end up being the media timeout. So 2:46 to play here in the first half. It's Lower Columbia 18, Walla Walla 17. Back to Everett Community College right here on STSPN.
SEC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Local farmers markets are a convenient place to get fresh, healthy food and products for your family. Lewis County has numerous markets that provide you with an affordable choice of fresh food products. Many of those farms are also available to purchase from directly so you can take comfort in knowing exactly where your food is coming from. Meet your farmer, know your food. We make it easy in Lewis County.
Two minutes and 46 seconds to play in the first half. Close ball game. Lower Columbia 18, Walla Walla 17. Tom Lafferty along with Randy Edens. Glad you're with us here on a late Sunday afternoon, heading into Sunday evening. And still to come, Skagit Valley and Columbia Basin for the last ticket into the Final Four, which happens next Saturday here at Everett Community College. Lower Columbia basketball. Shot outside, up and down it goes for Faye Chartra. Missed her first two, hit her last two. You'll take 50% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, you would. She hit it from the exact same spot as well. She's got to be comfortable right there.
McCowan being pressured defensively there by Dotson. They'll work it over to the left side. Skidmore. to McCowan again. Back to Skidmore. Open three. Air ball. Airmailed it down there. It's going to be picked out of mid-air by Carissa Cannon, who brings it into front court. Now Henricks changes direction. Kick it back out to Dotson. Goes in off the glass. Too hard. No good. Rebound. Controlled down by Cheyenne James. And here come the Warriors. And a timeout called by Walla Walla. Bobby Hazeltine says, let's talk about it, and we'll step aside with 1:47 to play in the first half. Lower Columbia 21, Walla Walla 17. The NWAC Women's Basketball Championships here on STSPN.com.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
Halftime. Minute 47 till halftime, 21-17 the score. Lower Columbia with the lead and Walla Walla with the basketball. McCowan up between the circles is Skidmore. Now that's Aycock. Down to 9 to shoot now. They work it right side. Deep in the right-hand corner for a three that won't go. It's a miss there by Aycock, but kept alive by Walla Walla. They'll reset the shot clock. Fresh 30. Skidmore in the corner, and they work it around to Markel Green. Green starts the dribble, backs in, thinks better of it, goes to McCowan. She'll run it in amongst traffic. Had almost converged by a quartet of Lower Columbia Red Devils. Put it up, missed. And the rebound controlled by the Red Devils, and coming down with the left her wide open, but she couldn't hit the lay, and missed by Henricks. And it's going to be a foul called. I think it's Henricks trying to get her own rebound is going to be called for the foul. Like I said, Faye Chartraw picks up the foul. That's her first personal foul, second team foul. Skidmore, as they bring it into front court now, as they work it down for McCowan. Again, nobody back defensively, and the lane is up and good. And Chad Meadors is not a happy camper over there. He's wearing a suit, though. You got to love that. Backing in. Chartraw, hook shot won't go. And right back out. Safe and going out of bounds, but then right into the hands for a miss. Another miss. Who's going to get a make here? Well, it's again saved by Walla Walla, and a foul called.
You'd sure like to see Lower Columbia use the backboard there. They're trying to trust the rim, and you never can trust the rim based on gym experiences. Got to use that backboard. That's the one consistent nature that you got. They missed out on some opportunities there in tight.
The foul's going to be on Carissa Cannon, her first personal foul, third team foul, with 19.9 to go in the first half.
McCowan and Skidmore right now, both Walla Walla's leading scorers have 6 and 0 points respectively. They've averaged 19 and 12 on the season. Big sequence to why they're down 2 right here.
Down to 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Hutchison being tough defensively there, right in their grill. Skidmore in the corner with 2 seconds on the shot clock, and that's McCowan who misses a 3-ball, airballs it. Have I seen a lot of airball threes by Walla Walla?
It seemed they just haven't been comfortable. I think it's Lower Columbia speeding them up a little bit, rotating in a lot of fresh bodies. Like I mentioned earlier, they only go about 7 or 8 deep, and when your 2 leading scorers are at 6 and 0 points respectively, it's a big reason why they're down 2 here at half.
We are at the half here of the NWAC Women's Basketball Championships. Our score at halftime, it's Lower Columbia Basin Red Devils 21 and the Walla Walla Warriors 19. Back with the totals and taking a look at the second half when we come back on STSPN.com.
You're watching STSPN.
Well, I don't know. Something I get.
interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for our students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Present. Oh.
I serve and protect my neighbors while defending their right to freedom. I'm an Idaho community asset that stands among our citizens. The boundaries I once thought I had are continuously tested and broadened. So there you have it. People will not always know who I am or what I do. But that's alright, because I do.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
The Commercial Pilot Program at Big Bend teaches students to fly and gives them the ratings and certificates necessary to work as a commercial pilot. Many of our students come to the Commercial Pilot Program with little or even no aviation experience. They'll start flying an aircraft on day 2, and they progress through training with an instructor to flying the aircraft by themselves, traveling to other airports throughout the Northwest, and they get to learn to fly in a variety of different aircraft. Our students are all scheduled to fly twice a week at a minimum, and they will attend aviation ground school courses that are taught here on campus by the same instructors they fly with. The program operates 23 aircraft, mostly single-engine trainers. We also have multi-engine aircraft, as well as a float plane and a tailwheel aircraft. Moses Lake offers great weather for aviation and for training, with 5 runways at the airport, 13 approaches, a tower, and radar control. Our students also have the opportunity to operate in airspace that includes Boeing jets, the military, and lots of other flight training and testing activities.
At NIC, we believe in investing in our future, one built with dedicated, skilled, and hardworking people. And with the new career and technical education facility at North Idaho College, the future is bright. Today's students are tomorrow's workforce, and North Idaho College's career and technical education program will provide the training that will get you the job. Together, let's build the future. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What's a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college. My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community. You're watching STSPN!
Are you interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for our students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
The 2017 NWAC Women's Basketball Championships. The last two tickets to the Final Four are being punched today. The Walla Walla Warriors and the Lower Columbia Red Devils. Lower Columbia here at halftime leading at 21-19 over Walla Walla. 23 rebounds each, 6 points. The leader for Sierra Jo McCowan for Walla Walla, 6 points for Faye Chartres for the Lower Columbia Red Devils. Tom Lafferty along with Randy Edens from Lake Stevens High School. And Coach, we were talking just at halftime. We thought we better come on and we better talk about extolling the virtues of CC basketball. It's good brand of basketball, and it's very helpful for young people, girls or boys, that want to extend their basketball career.
Yeah, no question about it. You know, having a former player myself, Mary Ogletree from 2008, I believe. Not to date myself too much, but
are you that old?
I don't want to think of myself that old, but yeah, she came to Everett and really missed basketball after having gone to St. John's just to go to school. Wanted to get back and was in the area and got an opportunity to play for Everett and had a great couple of years. Just really excelled and didn't want to be done after those 2 years. And you know, she had a couple of D2 opportunities in Iowa and the Midwest, but didn't really want to be, I think, that far from home, even though she went to St. John's her first year over in New York. But we did a little research, and you know, a conversation kind of was had with one of Everett's assistants to assistant down at Long Beach State, and she got the opportunity and an offer, and had a fabulous 2 years at Long Beach State. She was an upperclassman. She was the only upperclassman out of a bunch of freshmen and sophomores that had come in with Jody Wynn, who's the head coach down there, and really just help lead a young group and kind of help establish a baseline for their program. And lo and behold, Long Beach State, not with Mary Ogletree involved, but really probably the kickstart to an NCAA tournament run that they got to be a part of and are going to get it to be a part of here this March. So
when's the you've got lots of people involved in the NCAA women's. When's the selection show?
It is tomorrow. I think it's about 4 o'clock, 4:30. I always try to get my friends to watch it. They don't watch it as much as the men's though today, but that's okay.
You got a couple of girls, the Pauakoa girls, going again.
I do, yeah. Boise State, they're going on their second trip here in 3 years. Won a Mountain West title, and Brooke Pauakoa being the tournament MVP for a second time. She's established a pretty special legacy, not only, of course, at Lake Stevens High School, but Boise State University as well.
Very cool. And they can't actually be seniors, can they? Talk about making people feel old. Let's go back to this game. Madison Hinrichs just nailed a shot and opens up Lower Columbia's biggest lead of the game, up by 5 points. And now Walla Walla with the basketball. Moving to our left, Jade Skidmore. Over the left-hand side to J.C. Jensen. Back on top again. Ferenz. Give it off to McCowan going in. Scoop lay and won't go. Offensive foul is going to be called.
I thought she was inside the restricted area. It was a really close call there, but I'm too far away probably to see that.
Well, what we've been saying for years, we haven't missed a call from three stories above the floor here at Everett Community College. The foul was on McCowan, her first personal foul, first team foul of the second half. Lower Columbia basketball with the 5-point lead, their biggest lead of the game. Bounce pass over the left-hand side. Hendricks then give it off, going in, laying up, no good by Caitlin Lewis. Rebound controlled by Walla Walla. Warriors out of backcourt. Skidmore dribbles along the side of the key, will kick a pass out, and it'll be intercepted. Stolen away by the Red Devils and grabbed there by Hockett, and here comes Lower Columbia.
Skidmore really struggling right now. You could tell that was forced. She kind of let that go and realized she had Lord that was going to block that shot if she didn't throw it away.
That's Hockett. Back out on top to Lord. Give it off to Madison, or excuse me, to Hendricks. It won't go. That's a miss there. Emily Hancock grabs the rebound. Skidmore, again, top of the key. Working on the D there. The Red Devils trying to keep her out of there. It's going to be 11 to shoot. Bounce pass over to Skidmore again. And there's a three on the way, and down it goes. Well, it works that time. Sierra Jo McCowan drains the three ball after they worked it around. And it's 24-22 Lower Columbia. Now they work it down low to Madison Lord. The lane is up and good. So Lord with the bucket. And it is a 26-22 lead.
When Lord's got some interior touches, it seems like Lower Columbia's got some great opportunities.
Down goes Sierra Jo McCowan for another three ball. She's got 12 points in the ball game, and Walla Walla to within 1 point here. Dribble in, backing in is Hockett. Kick it back out on top, kind of an up fake there, and she thinks better of it, and Caitlin Lewis will back away. Now she'll go in a little bit closer. Then she found it from the 15-foot range. It would not go. Skidmore out of backcourt. Quickly they come to J.C. Jensen. Back to Skidmore again. Over to the right side. Three on the way. That one will not go. A miss by Ferenz. Back up. Scoop lay-in is up and good. That's Sierra Jo McCowan, who single-handedly has given Walla Walla back the lead. They're up by one at 27-26.
Got her own 8-0 run right here going for him.
A couple of threes and a two, and it's 8-0 run. And that's all one person. Going in, laying up, no. Jump ball will be called. Lord goes to the floor, and it will be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Walla Walla Warriors. And you were talking about some players that needed to heat up. Was that one of them?
She was certainly one of them, yeah. I think she's kind of got that directive just to kind of help everyone else relax a little bit.
Got a timeout on the floor with 6:21 to play in the third quarter. It's Walla Walla 27, Lower Columbia 26. Back to Everett Community College right here on STSPN.com.
As certified jumpers, divers, and survival experts, Special Forces are dropped behind enemy lines to train foreign fighters, carry out covert missions, or prevent future conflicts. These soldiers live for the challenge, highly trained and highly intelligent. Special Forces soldiers are the best of the best.
Back here at Everett Community College, Tom Lafferty along with Randy Edens. Buddy Patrick is our statistician today. Todd Elvin got the controls from the STSPN Battlestar Galactica over here, the Death Star. Pretty much all set up to our left. I hope you're not wearing a pacemaker, because if you go anywhere near that computer, it's going to, it'll make it go, it'll just turn it off.
Make sure you go the opposite direction.
Yeah. So here we go. I don't know. Maybe you have a pacemaker. It's none of my business. Okay, here we go. I think there's a HIPAA regulations involved there. So now we're going to have a whistle. They had worked it to the top of the key to Ferenz, but they're going to say a little push in the back here. And it's going to be whistled on Madison Hinrichs. Her first personal foul, first team foul, baseline out of bounds for Walla Walla. An 8-0 run for Walla Walla, all from Sierra Jo McCowan. Ball goes out of bounds. Ferenz will chase it down. And it'll be 29 on the shot clock, 6:10 to play in the third quarter. A 27-26 lead for Walla Walla. Inbounds, Skidmore. Changes direction, back out. Faking a pass a couple times underneath was Ferenz. Back to Skidmore again. Got a Hancock looking down low, ball knocked away, and then right into the hands of McCowan. Hooks a pass over to Skidmore, back to McCowan. Now they've got somebody out on her defensively. Down to 6 to shoot. McCowan, though, is open. 3, down it goes. 11 points here in the quarter. And that's all 11 points for Walla Walla. It was 19, it's now 30. Shot goes. That's a 3. That, boy, Lower Columbia needed that one. That's a 3 up and good for Hinrichs.
Good answer right there. Kind of quelled some of the momentum that Walla Walla has here to start. They get a turnover as well.
And then Skidmore commits the traveling violation and turn it right back over to Lower Columbia. 5:20 to play, third quarter, 1 point lead for Walla Walla.
Skidmore's really struggled today. She's got to work on getting to the next play, making something positive happen, and then having one thing lead to another so she can help contribute here for Walla Walla.
Up the floor they go to the left side. As they work it down low, it's going to be out of bounds. They just say last touch by Lower Columbia. It'll be Walla Walla basketball. 5:05 to go here in the third quarter. Walla Walla with a 30-29 lead, and the Warriors have the ball. Out of backcourt, Skidmore. Swing it left side, Sierra Jo McCowan with an 11-0 run. McCowan swing it around again to Ferenz. Back now to Hutchison. Hutchison looks right. Goes in the pass in the corner to Ferenz. Ferenz goes into the traffic, puts it up, won't go, gets her own rebound, backs out, and then they're going to say fouled on the ground, surrounded there by 3 Red Devils, and see who the guilty party will be. And we're going to have a timeout here with 4:35 to play in the third quarter. Walla Walla 30, Lower Columbia 29. You're watching the NWAC Women's Basketball Championship on STSPN.com.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
Four minutes and 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. A 30-29 lead for Walla Walla over Lower Columbia. And it'll be Walla Walla basketball. Inbounds here for Walla Walla. To the top of the key, Hancock. Now to Ferenz. They swing it right side to McCowan. Another one? No. Thought she was going to hit everything that she put up here in the second half, but that one won't go. But she can earn it at the free throw line with a couple of shots coming up here. The foul is going to be called on Madison Lord, her second personal foul, third team foul. McCowan, first is good. Walla Walla has led by as much as 6 points in this ball game. Lower Columbia has led by 5 in the game. 4 ties, 4 lead changes. Next one rattles out, won't go. A miss there by McCowan. And up the floor, Lower Columbia. Dotson goes in, found a crease in the defense, goes to the floor, missed the lay-in. McCowan out of backcourt for Walla Walla. She'll hit Hancock. Now to Ferenz. Starts the dribble. Thinks better of it. No, she lost the defender and then gets hammered. The defender fell down. Keahi Lele Roy then got back up and fouled her. Picks up her 3rd personal foul, 4th team foul.
One of those cardinal sins. You never want to foul a jump shooter there. Just contest, make her knock that down. If she does, you just tip your hat.
So Katie Ferenz out of Walla Walla High School averages 8.1 points per ball game, the 5'10 sophomore. And she's at the free throw line. Just under 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Free throw is good. And another coming up here for Renz. The winner will play either Skagit Valley or Columbia Basin next week in the Final Four. The free throw is missed. Rebound by Dotson. Lower Columbia down by 3 with the basketball now. Janae Dotson kicks it down to Lord. Lord at the baseline, puts it up, try to force it up over the top of the defense by Hancock, and the rebound grabbed down by Walla Walla. Out of backcourt comes Mackenzie Reddish. Out of McCowan. Out of Ferenz. Goes into the lane, puts it up off balance, no good. Body's on the floor. She kind of ran over Shanae Dotson. And McCowan saying, you know, the ball I thought was tipped out of bounds by those guys. I don't think the official's going to hear any of that. Pat Zink, Lee Mullen, Maggie Sperlin are the officials in this ball game. And now Red Devil basketball. Down by 3. Hendricks bounces it to Chartra. Hit a couple of shots in that first half. Back to Madison Hendricks out of Port Angeles High School. Directs traffic with the left hand. Looks for a screen, gets one. Out for Chartra for a long 3, and down it goes for Faye Chartra from Nia Bay.
Chartra, she really likes that left side. That's the 3rd one on that left side of the 3-point line.
Our 5th tie of the ball game. It's a 32-32 all game. Underneath, going up, they're going to say jump ball. As Sierra Jo McCowan turned around and was going to go right up to the rim and had 2 really tall people right above her, and she couldn't go anywhere. And the possession arrow favors Lower Columbia. They have it and a chance to retake the lead. As Hendricks brings it up out of backcourt. Chartra back to Hendricks again. She'll back away a little bit. Back to Chartra. Back to Hendricks. Back to Chartra. Now she goes in, puts it up with the right hand. No good. When she gets a head of steam up, I think you best get out of the way.
She had a nice little stretch there in the first half as well, where they ran a couple things for her right out of the gate. Did another couple sequences here as well. She got herself to the free throw line.
Markel Green with the foul, 1st personal, 2nd team. This is the first time Lower Columbia has been at the free throw line in the ball game. And we're at the 2:31 mark to play in the 3rd quarter. Walla Walla's only been to the line 3 times in the game. Well, call it consistently. That's all you want, Coach, right?
Agreed. Also, think it kind of attributes to that settling for jump shots instead of trying to get themselves to the basket a little more consistently. You want to force the officials' hands if you can.
So now Walla Walla ball down by 2 with 2:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Skidmore, left side, now along the baseline. McCowan will put it up with the right hand softly, a little too softly. It would not go. And the rebound's going to be controlled by the Red Devils. Hendricks comes into front court. They swing it right side to Lewis. Lewis again, dribble drive along the left-hand side, going in. Actually, Dotson, that was a miss by Dotson along the left side of the key. And they're going to say we're going to have a foul called here on. They're going to get Abbott for the foul. That's going to be her first personal foul, 5th team foul. So Tijuana Abbott from Lehua in Hawaii. That's also Keahi Lele Roy is from that same high school. So that Hawaii to Lower Columbia connection.
Got a pipeline, I suppose.
Pipeline to Longview. First one was good, second one is good, and we're tied for the 6th time. It's 34 all. Under 2 minutes now to play in the third quarter. Hendricks goes left, swings it to Dotson. Cross court right side, open 3 ball that won't go for Lewis. And here comes Walla Walla. Warriors on the run. Courtney Hutchison left wing. Minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Somebody's open. Green? No. Green found a nice pass down low to Cheyenne James for the lead for Walla Walla at 36-34.
Walla Walla's been running that flex action quite a bit here in the second half and have had a few open looks that they've missed. This one they got a great opportunity and a 2-point basket.
Madison Hendricks with it. Coming up on a minute to play in the third quarter. A 36-34 lead for Walla Walla. Hendricks still on the dribble. Out for a long outside shot. This one won't go for Faye Chartrand. And the rebound by Walla Walla. Warriors will bring it up to Hutchison. Now dribble along the left-hand side for Skidmore. That's Skidmore with it. Bounce underneath. They found it wide open. You know, Cheyenne James keeps getting wide open. They'll just keep finding her.
Exactly right, especially up by the basket. They're helping off of that dribble drive, and that's left her open for a couple nice easy hoops.
Shot clock is dead. We're heading to the end of the third quarter. A 4-point lead for Walla Walla. Lower Columbia playing for 1 shot. Madison Hendricks on the dribble. 13 now. Chartrand back to Hendricks. They were looking inside, trying to find Abbott. I think it's an overplay on the defense, and this is going to be whistled against Cheyenne James. That'll be her first personal foul, 3rd team foul. With just 6 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Baseline out of bounds for Lower Columbia. Madison Hendricks will have the basketball. Whole bunch of subs here in the last 6 seconds of the quarter. And they'll hand the ball to Hendricks. Looking to find somebody, and that's good. On the inbounds to Madison Cruz, broke free there. This shot will not go, and we have reached the end of 3 quarters of action. Last ticket to the Final Four being punched here tonight, and ticket number 3 is going to be Walla Walla. They have 38, or Lower Columbia, they have 36. Back to Everett Community College right here on STSPN.com.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Well, I think it had to do with the time change, getting halfway through sporting events and the computer's not playing some commercial. Well, the Umpqua Riverhawks and the Spokane Sasquatch have already punched their ticket to the Final Four next Saturday. They will play at 2 p.m. here in Everett. Walla Walla Lower Columbia have 10 minutes to decide which of them will be going on. Skagit Valley, Columbia Basin will be decided in the nightcap here, the 8 o'clock game. Back underway we go. Walla Walla with the basketball and the lead by 2. Sierra Jo McCowan goes in, and they're going to call her for the offensive foul. She put up the elbow, and she kind of turned around and gave Maggie Sperlin a dirty look as she came up the floor.
That's a tough call right there. That was a good drive. If anything, that defense had just as much contact as the offensive player did.
Second personal foul, first team foul of the fourth quarter. Lower Columbia basketball. Hendricks. Chartrand goes in a little closer, puts it up, lays it up, won't go. Boy, it rattled out of there and would not go. And up the floor, here come the Walla Walla Warriors, dribbling into trouble, then back out. It goes. Markel Green, now dribble drive, going in, laying up and good for Jade Skidmore. And it's a 4-point lead for Walla Walla, 40-36. Skidmore hits the bucket. Now they leave the shooter outside wide open. Madison Hendricks will miss that 3-ball. It was glass, and that's it. And now quickly up the floor comes Walla Walla. Back out. Sierra Jo McCowan for a 3. She airmails it, and it goes out of bounds. And we'll be right back over to Lower Columbia.
Nice to see Skidmore there score her first field goal, first points actually here in the game in the fourth quarter. She could really be a big scorer for them here in the fourth. That might be the difference.
Averages 12.1 points per ball game during the regular season. And their first bucket there. Hendricks, ball knocked away. Bad pass, picked off. McCowan has it, feeds it forward. Hendricks says, that's mine, I'm taking it back. And she did, and then she threw it away. Threw it a little bit too hard, and Faye Chartrand couldn't catch up with it. And it will be turned right back over to Walla Walla.
Those are tough turnovers in the fourth quarter. You're down 4. You're trying to be opportunistic, there's no question, but you want to make sure you have a great possession as well.
Walla Walla, that's Skidmore. Short-armed it, wouldn't go. Had some pretty good defensive pressure there. And Hendricks brings it down for the Red Devils. Chartrand with it, backing down. It goes around the defender, puts it up and in. Faye Chartrand. Makes it a 2-point ball game.
She's had a really nice game offensively. She's kind of showing her versatility inside, outside.
So is Sierra Jo McCowan, good offensively here in the second half. She lays it up, lays it in. McCowan. And it's a 4-point lead for Walla Walla. Looking for Chartrand again, knocked away from her. She kind of gets up dejectedly. Skidmore brings it down, going in. Ferenz won't go, blocking foul call. Bodies on the floor, and I think the guilty party was laying it on the floor. That's going to be Madison Cruz. She picks up the foul, her first personal foul, and that's the first team foul. So Kate Ferenz, 5'10" sophomore, averages 8.1 points per ball game for the Warriors. First one is no good. She's out of Walla Walla High School, a Wahai Blue Devil. First free throw was a miss. Second one upcoming. It's good, and the lead is 5 points for Walla Walla. They've led by as much as 6 in this ball game. Now that's Madison Lord backing in. It splits it, nicely done. Was going to go to the left, instead turned back around the other way, and the defenders were saying, here's the gate, and then opened up.
It's that Olay defense. Go ahead and go right by to the basket.
So it's 43-40, the lead for Walla Walla. Long pass down to McCowan, who pops it up and in. Nice pass. She's got 22 points, does McCowan, in this ball game. Looking to Lord. They knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Cheyenne James of Walla Walla. for the 7:03 mark to play in regulation time and a 5-point lead for the Warriors.
When Lower Columbia has had success, the ball's gone inside the Lord with consistency. I'd like to see them go to that a little bit more here down the stretch.
They work around the perimeter here. Cruz to Roy. Now back out to Lewis again. Back to Roy. Back to Cruz, right side. Back again to Hendricks. Over to the left-hand side. 3-ball good. With a fist pump, Caitlin Lewis says, there you go. And it's a 2-point ball game. Walla Walla 45, Lower Columbia 43. That's Ferenz. She traveled. She kind of hesitated, and she traveled with the basketball and commits the turnover, and right back over it goes to Lower Columbia. Now, Bobby Hazeltine having a little discussion with the official, I think.
Looked like he was going to call a foul across the way, but the travel was first.
So everybody seems semi-satisfied with that explanation. And Roy brings it up now for Columbia. See, I thought she put up the elbow there. Shot won't go. Follow-up will go for Madison Lord. Madison Lord makes it a 45-45 ball game. She's got 10 points in the ball game. McCowan out between the circles. Swing it in. Ferenz. Now to Hutchison. Open three. No, it's a 2. 2-ball inside, but Cheyenne James with the 2-ball and then a foul. I think it's going to be after the shot. The foul occurs. And it's going to be whistled here on Kate Ferenz. So she hit the shot and then the foul after the shot, her third personal foul, second team foul. So Lower Columbia ball. Down by 2. It's Hendricks. I thought she was going to look at a 3. Goes to Lord instead.
Nice move.
Nicely done for the lay-in. Good. And 1 for Madison Hendricks.
That was a deliberate possession right there to get her a touch. Defender got caught behind, and then she got the N1 as a result. Great play.
Check it. It's Madison Lord from Skyview in Vancouver. Averages 10.9 points per ball game. Hancock with a foul, her third team foul. Free throw rattles and goes. And Lower Columbia gets the lead back. Our 7th lead change. Walla Walla now with the basketball. In arrears by 1. 14 to shoot on the clock. That's Skidmore. Ferenz. A little bit closer, cleared a little space and puts it up and pops it in.
Nice patience down there on the interior touch. You got to have that internal clock going, and she did and got up with a nice bucket.
Walla Walla by 1. Whistle, foul. Another off-ball foul. Hancock, her 4th personal foul, 4th team foul.
Yeah, Hancock right there tried to jump the cutter, Lord, and was a little tardy and a little aggressive, I think. Too much for the officials' liking.
Emily Hancock will go to the bench. Inbounds here for Lower Columbia, stolen away. Grabbed by McCowan for the Warriors. Going in, lay-in, no. She'll get 2.
That was a good choice right there. It's one of those, she had a teammate running with her. I'd like the aggressive take, kind of force the official's hand a little bit and see if you can put the bucket in as well. Good opportunity.
She'll have to earn them at the free throw line. The foul is going to be on Madison Cruz, her 2nd personal foul, 2nd team foul. First free throw is good. 50-48, Walla Walla leading Lower Columbia. Sarah Jo McCowan from Touchy High School. Next free throw is good. 51-48, 3-point lead for Walla Walla. Under 5 minutes now to play in the game. Caitlin Lewis, she thought she saw Madison Lord, and Madison Lord was not there, and we will take a timeout with 4 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the game. It's Walla Walla 51, Lower Columbia 48. This is the NWAC Women's Basketball Tournament on STSBN.com.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Welcome to Lewis County, home of the Willapa Hills Trail. Scenic farmland and forested landscapes await you as you cross century-old trestles on the Whatcom and Chehalis rivers with glimpses of Mount Rainier. Bring your horse, walk your dog, or enjoy a bike ride with the family and take part in the annual Ride to Willapa Bicycle Festival. Get outside and unwind. Your adventure awaits along the Willapa Hills Trail in Lewis County.
The Final Four for the women being decided today. The Final Four already set for the men's championship for next week. The Tacoma Titans will take on the Umpqua Riverhawks next Saturday at 6 o'clock. And the Walla Walla Warriors, the Lower Columbia Red Devils, sound familiar? They play at 8 o'clock next week, next Saturday night. So Lower Columbia Walla Walla playing right now. They'll play in the men's side in the Final Four. And here we go. Walla Walla with it, Jade Skidmore. From West Jefferson High School in Territon, Idaho. McCowan tries a couple of fake steps, goes a little bit closer. Looks like she got still spinning around, and she'll just lay it up and in. No one to pass to, so I'll shoot it, Coach.
That was pretty nice. I'm surprised didn't get a travel out of that. No 3 seconds. Got a bucket instead. Good for her.
Lower Columbia down by 5 now. Walla Walla is led by as much as 6. Here they're trying to answer on the other end. They do. A little underhanded laying up, and it's good for Madison Lord. Back to a 3-point lead.
I think Lower Columbia's just got to continue to go there just to keep those interior touches and force Walla Walla's hand to have to defend that differently.
Skidmore on top of the key. Bounce pass goes right side. 3:54 to play. 10 on the shot clock. Skidmore. Another off-ball foul. I guess there probably would be a couple of bodies on the floor. And I think this is going to be whistled on Lower Columbia. Caitlin Lewis, her 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul. Caitlin Lewis out of Seaside High School. Do people live in Seaside, Oregon? I thought you just go there on vacation.
Somebody's got to.
I guess somebody's got to open the store. Here's the shot. Fouled on the 3 ball, and that'll put Sierra Joel McCowan to the line for 3 freebies.
That hurts right there. 3:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. That's opportunities you can't give up when you're trying to make a comeback.
It's Keahi Lele Roy picks up the foul. Her 4th personal foul, 4th team foul. First free throw, good. And so Sierra Joel McCowan will get another. Next one is good. See if she can hit the hat trick here. Makes it 55-50. If she does, she'll equal Walla Walla's biggest lead in the game. She does, hit them all. She's got 29 points in the ball game.
Really impressed with her game, especially here in the second half. She's kind of carried Walla Walla.
Here's a dribble drive, no good. Caitlin Lewis missed that one. And we're under 3.5 to play, and a 6-point lead for Walla Walla. They are on the attack here as they swing it to Skidmore. Now baseline jumper that won't go for Cheyenne James. She gets it back, and then it's going to be taken away by Madison Cruz for the Red Devils. Lower Columbia basketball coming up on 3 minutes to play in regulation time. Caitlin Lewis swings it right to Cannon. Now down to Lord. The lane is up and good. She went to the deck wearing 2 knee braces and kind of gets up slowly, kind of limping out of backcourt. And a timeout called by Walla Walla. 2 minutes and 47 seconds to play in the game. Walla Walla 56, Lower Columbia 52. Back to Everett right after this timeout.
I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job. Right.
There is no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a Guard engineer.
The Lower Columbia Red Devils gathered around their head coach, Chad Meadors, getting their instructions here, heading out onto the floor, how they can make up a 4-point deficit. Coach, how do you make up a 4-point deficit?
Well, I think you got to be really deliberate on Lower Columbia's side. I think you still got to continue going to Laura. She's kind of carried them here these last few minutes. Get those interior touches. No need for threes with 2:40 to go. Just need to stop, rebound, and then get something at the cup.
Courtney Hutchison will throw it in. Gets it back. 19 to shoot.
It's like Lower Columbia's come out in a 2-3 zone for this possession.
Ferenz gets it over to Reddish. Back to Ferenz again. Pull-up jumper blocked by Lord. Big block there by Madison Lord, and Lower Columbia can take a little time. No, they can't take any time here. They're down by 4. Turnaround jumper, 3, and down it goes. Huge 3 for Madison Hinrichs. It's a 1-point ball game. And now Walla Walla trying to extend their lead. It's down to 1 point. That's Skidmore. Left side, Hutchison. Back to Skidmore. Oper deep in the corner. Stolen away. Grabbed by Hinrichs. Big play on the offensive end. Big play on the defensive end for Madison Hinrichs. Sophomore out of Port Angeles. Long outside 3. Chartrand did not go. But who's got the rebound? Who else? Madison Hinrichs. And goes out, and now she'll run the point.
Just need a good possession here. Something at the basket. No need for threes if they're not, don't have to.
Especially if it's an air ball by Chartrand. She airmails one up there. So Lower Columbia unable to get any points there. On this possession, it's a 1-point ball game. Hinrichs, a huge flurry of activity here the last couple of trips up and down the floor. Minute and a half to play. Skidmore to the top of the key. Goes to Ferenz. Now to McCowan. She'll shoot. Rims off no good. Seems early in the shot clock, but it's going to be grabbed down by Hutchison. It's not early if you can get a reset on the 30-second clock and bring it down to less than a minute to play, but it's only a 1-point ball game. Top of the key is Ferenz. 1 minute to play. Hutchison, a timeout called by Walla Walla. 57.3, we're going to keep it right here. 57.3 points or seconds to go here in the game. 56-55, Walla Walla leading Lower Columbia.
I'd have liked to have seen Lower Columbia stay in the zone there. They got a couple of turnovers right out of the gate. Gave them Lower Columbia extra possessions and opportunities. They went back man and were really scrambled and out of sorts there. Unfortunately, they didn't give up an easy one. We'll see if they come out of the timeout back into that, because I thought that was really effective. Kind of got Walla Walla out of their comfort zone here late. Just got to make sure you rebound out of it.
So here comes Lower Columbia out of the huddle. They're set to go. Walla Walla had called the timeout. There's 13 seconds on the shot clock. And be inbounded near side by Jade Skidmore. She inbounds it to Hancock, back to Skidmore. 10 to shoot. Skidmore still has it. A little spin move here, down to 5 to shoot. Go down low. Nice ball movement there. Lane is up and good by Emily Hancock. And Walla Walla opens up now a 3-point lead, 58-55. 41 seconds to go, and a timeout called by Lower Columbia. Okay, Coach, you need a 3 or you don't need a 3 yet?
No 3 right now. 40 seconds to go. Just something at the basket.
Unless it's wide open.
I mean, unless it's one of your better shooters taking it, I'd still want to see us get to the basket. Got plenty of time. Looks like both teams are going to be in the bonus here, so you can foul, get into the 1-on-1s. You've got opportunities to extend the game. You take a 3 and miss, and then you're in bigger trouble. I like a 2 here. You still got plenty of time to work with.
Okay, so you've had players that, as we always kind of joke, they have the green light when they get off the bus, right?
For sure.
Do you turn on the red light in the huddle here, or does that player have their green light until you get back on the bus, head back to Lake Stevens?
Honestly, I'm making sure we're getting something at the basket in this particular sequence. Nothing for 3, don't need to. I'd rather see a take. But we would draw something up to where it's going to be a lay and look. You're not even going to give your kids a chance to look at a 3.
Okay, here we go. Inbounds here for Lower Columbia. Hendricks will throw it in. If she finds somebody open, and has to call a timeout.
That right there took a little too long to develop. They had too many things going. In fact, if you have something like that, you almost want to start those cuts before the official even hands the ball over. It gives you a little extra time.
Lower Columbia just used their final timeout. 1 remaining now for Walla Walla. So now what are you doing if you're in Lower Columbia's huddle?
Nothing changes. Again, if they're going to try to run something similar, I would start those actions before the official even hands the ball over. It gives you a little extra time if they're looking for something specific. But I want something at the basket. Again, 40-some seconds to go. The timeout factor, though, is a little more critical. So if they score here, you know, you're going to have to play a little bit with the shot clock. My guess is they'll probably try to foul early and extend it as much as they can.
Okay, now how about in the Walla Walla huddle? What are you doing there?
Well, obviously the focus for Lower Columbia is to get the ball into the Lord, so I would make sure we help off of one of their weaker shooters to go double if you need to. Our philosophy would be to front. I want to see those guards try to throw this thing over the top because my guess is, since we haven't seen it so far today, kind of a pressure-packed moment, tension here. I think the likelihood for a turnover on Lower Columbia's behalf if you front the post is pretty likely.
So here we go. Red Devils out. Warriors out. 41.3 to go and a 3-point lead for Walla Walla. It'll be thrown in by Caitlin Lewis near sideline. Different player to throw it in. It was Hendricks before. She gets it on the inbounds. Clock starts. Right side. Chartraw 3. Won't go. It's going to be a white foul. Oh, they're going to put, okay. I thought I heard him say white foul.
He did say white foul. He caught himself, though.
Keahi Lele Roy goes to the free throw line. Chartraw shot that 3 and it didn't go, and she got bailed out.
She did, and she's made her 3s on the left side. I wouldn't want to make it on the right. Keep her on the left.
Ferenz her 4th personal. First free throw won't go for Roy. So the lead remains 3. That was the 5th team foul, so that puts them into the bonus here. 5 fouls in each quarter. Free throw won't go. So missed both free throws. So an empty possession there for Lower Columbia, and the foul has to happen. And Caitlin Lewis, she's wearing 1 heavy knee brace and 1 lighter knee brace, and she's going to be the guilty party here for Lewis. That's her 4th personal foul. And the 5th team foul, so both teams in the bonus here, the final 33 seconds.
A couple big misses right there. If you make both of those, then they're going to the line with just a 1-point lead that kind of changes the dynamic on these free throws here.
So 32.6 to go. First free throw good for Skidmore. And Chartraw checks back in. Takes the place of Shanae Dotson. And she'll take her place on the lane. The 4-point lead for Walla Walla. It's a 5-point lead, so a 2-possession game. Red Devils bring it up. Hendricks into front court. Needs something early. Bounce pass over the left side. Lord, and 1!
That's a big foul. In that situation, it's okay to give away the lane. You don't want to give an extra point with the clock stopped, the killer.
13 points in the quarter for Madison Lord. She'll go to the free throw line. The foul. Emily Hancock just fouled out of the ball game with her 5th personal foul. And so that will send her to the bench. And replacing her is Markel Green. They go from 6-1 to 5-4.
Looks like a lot of offensive, defensive substitutions right here for Lower Columbia.
Madison Lord at the free throw line. Trying to complete the three-point play. The three-point lead, Walla Walla has it now with 26.2. Free throw, no. Ball knocked out of bounds. Wow. That was close. I really thought Jade Skidmore was the last to touch it, but they're going to say last touch.
I thought so as well.
And now the final timeout of the game will be called here by Walla Walla. Now, does this change anything for Walla Walla? You got to figure they're going to have to take a foul.
Yeah, for sure. You might try to trap the first pass, see if you can get a turnover. 25 seconds to go, down 3. You know, who knows, maybe get another and one opportunity, but maybe I'd try to trap the first pass. Certainly face guard everything. Don't want to give up anything over the top. And then if you don't get that first pass, again, you're going to want to try to extend the game as much as you can and hopefully put some pressure on the free throw shooter.
So Walla Walla, Bobby Hazeltine is their coach, coaching them up.
Those 3 free throw misses, obviously, for Lower Columbia right now are biggies. Even if you get 1 of those, 2 of those, again, it changes that free throw dynamic for Walla Walla and them getting to the free throw line.
So inbounds, side out, right near the bench, right near the entrance tunnel to the gym. Hutchison throws it into backcourt.
You got to get now.
So up the floor. That's Skidmore. Goes right side, and she will get fouled. Seemed like a long time.
Too long. I would have liked to see them sideline out of bounds right there. Face guard, switch everything. Don't allow a free pass. Just that gave them a free opportunity. With no timeouts on both sides, who knows? You might get a 5-second call right there, force a quick pass and a turnover.
Kiahe Lele Roy picks up the foul. That's her 5th personal foul. So she will check out. Madison Cruz back in. Chartres comes back in as well. And we've got a couple of free throws coming up here. 2 shots. Kate Ferenz bounces the first one off the back of the iron. This one's a big one, so the 3 doesn't tie the ball game. Lord back in. Lots of situational substitutions. Okay, Ferenz again. Missed the first. Here's the second. Good. 16.9 seconds to go. Quickly up the floor. Madison Hinrichs brings it out of backcourt. Over the left-hand side. Long, outside, 3 that won't go. A miss by Cannon. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lower Columbia. That will maybe be it, barring a turnover on the inbounds. Now both teams subbing in again.
Lower Columbia needs to face guard all of this right here. Nothing over the top. Try to see if we can get a turnover and a quick score.
Walla Walla with a 61-57 lead. Looking to throw it in. Gets it in to Skidmore, down to 5.9 seconds to go, and will march to the other end, and Jade Skidmore will go to the free throw line.
Give credit to Walla Walla. They had a nice, sparkling 3rd quarter there to put themselves in a position to go out and win this game, and they've done a nice job here down the stretch as well.
Yeah, Walla Walla scored 19 points in the first half. They scored 19 points in the 3rd quarter. To double their entire output in 1 10-minute span. And the first free throw is good for Skidmore. That should just about be it. 62-57. With a tick under 6 seconds to play. Next one is good. 63-57. That's Hinrichs. Stops, shoots a three, won't go. That will be that. And it will be the Walla Walla Warriors who will advance now, and they will play next week in the Final Four against either Skagit Valley or Columbia Basin. Those two teams set to do battle here in the 8 o'clock ball game. Good basketball game.
Great basketball game. I was really impressed with Lower Columbia's defensive pressure early. I think their inability to get into that in the second half allowed Walla Walla to settle down, and Walla was able, like you mentioned earlier, put together a nice third quarter run and then execute down the stretch there to pull out the win.
That's Randy Edens. I'm Tom Lafferty for Todd Elvig and Buddy Patrick. Thanks for being with us here. The NWAC Women's Basketball Tournament continues with game number 4 of the day coming up in just a little bit. Again, our final score of the Walla Walla Warriors. They advance with a 63-57 win over the Lower Columbia Red Devils. Good night from Everett Community College.